My name is Amy Brann. I work with an organisation called Synaptic Potential, and we're committed to helping individuals and organisations realise the potential of this squidgy mass that's concealed within each of our heads, the brain. So let's throw out some of the things that we've thought of. Low morale, having a high staff turnover, poor productivity, a lack of engagement, having more mistakes than we want to see, a low level of trust, your business growing slower than you expect or want it to, there being resistance to change, ineffective communication, frustration all around, poor teamwork, inefficiencies, the list goes on. So when our brains are not being led well, the results are quite pervasive and they're quite negative. Everything that we do comes from research. So rather than looking at perhaps old theories or old models that people have created just based on what they observe and what they think, which have got some weaknesses to them as a way of creating something, the way this was created is to look at the fundamental research that's coming out of the neuroscientific community and look at what the themes were that were linking things together. So what recurring themes were we seeing? What were we seeing come up time and time again that we could actually chunk up on and find some similarities between these studies? Let's have a look at the sneaky saboteur. Now, I'm about to share with you something that comes up all of the time. It will come up multiple times a day for you as individuals and for your organization as a whole. Some of the elements of the synaptic circle that I've shared with you get affected when the sneaky saboteur comes into play. So a lack of certainty, a lack of connection, a lack of control, a lack of confidence, incongruencies in culture. These are all things that get affected by the sneaky saboteur. Now, the threat response is a neurological response that occurs. It uses up glucose and oxygen, which decreases our working memory capacity. Our working memory capacity is our ability to hold things in our mind. So our ability to, for example, remember a phone number, or remember a shopping list, or remember what we're going to the other room for. It impairs our creative insight, our analytic thinking, and our problem-solving ability. Imagine those things being impaired in a knowledge-based economy that many of us, I imagine, work in. It's pretty bad news. We have done a whistle-stop tour of a couple of the areas that enable you to lead more with your brain switched on. So I've introduced you to, or reaffirmed for many of you, this concept that the brain is responsible for everything. So really getting that there is an incredible resource within your head, and understanding it better will enable you to work better and for your organization to work better.